This is Donna, and I would like to welcome you to another amazing episode of You Were Designed for Greatness. And if no one has told you today, you are. You are designed for greatness. I have another amazing person that's going to be sharing with us today. I met Sophie sometime last year. I can't remember exactly when. We've been planning this interview for a little while. And so, Sophie, I'd like to welcome you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. It has taken us a little bit of time to get here, but I'm so glad we're here, and I look forward to sharing my life or whatever with you and your people.
Awesome. Where do you live in the world?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now.
In Nashville, Tennessee. It is a little bit warmer than where I am, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's rainy and dreary, so
Okay.
I'd rather have sunshine.
Yes. I'm sure you will in a short period of time. And are you married?
Yes, I am married. This year will be our 31st wedding anniversary in September. And my kids are grown and gone. So I have a 23, she'll be 23 in June. My son will be 29 in September.
Well, congratulations on
Thank you.
all of that. That is a celebration just for the wedding anniversary coming up. I am coming up on 38. So, yes, it is a celebration
Absolutely.
because we know we've been through some bumps.
Oh, yes. All kinds of bumps along the way. I mean, everything you can imagine and then some.
Yes. So, what do you do for a living?
So I am a certified social media and online business manager and the CEO and owner of Sophie's Zone Next Level Business Support.
All right. That sounds like an intriguing, ever-changing position, depending upon what is going on with a different client's life. So have you always done this?
Yes, I have. I wasn't always certified, but I have always done, well, I should say after my daughter was born and was in 2 years old, that's when I started doing this. But it came from my experience in customer service and restaurants and all the various support jobs I had up until that point where I said, okay, I can't do a job that just pays for daycare. I need something that doesn't just pay for daycare. And that's when I got into the online world, freelance initially, and then eventually found a place for myself in the actual business world online, and have been doing that part for I've been doing for a little over 20 years, the business for 12 and a half.
Okay. Has everything gone smoothly?
Oh no. Oh no. As in life, business is quite the same. You have your ups and downs, your bumps in the road, and all of those things, including complete loss and starting over from scratch. I think I've done it all when it comes to business.
So tell me about that.
So I built, my business has been, I was solo, I had a team, and then I got certified and went solo. And in that last solo episode in 2018, I went exclusive with a singular client. And I'd been with that client for almost 6 years when I made that decision to go exclusive and let go of all other clients. And a year later, they let me go. And I had nothing. Well, I had no clients. I had no revenue. I had to rebuild from the ground up in 2019. And and I did it. And thankfully I had started planning a side hustle within the business of a digital marketing agency. And I had just soft launched that when they let me go. And so I got to focus on that instead and build practically a brand new business in a way that was totally focused I could totally focus on it. I could choose how I wanted to do it, and I could grow it and build it from there. And even in that 2.5 year, almost 3 year span, well, actually it is 3 years now because it is 2022. Goodness, in that 3 year span, it has even evolved and grown and changed into, for me, the most amazing business I've had to date. I have the most amazing team and the most amazing clients. I'm doing really and truly what I love and want to do. I'm not doing the things I don't want to do. And I'm serving more people, and I'm having more impact on their lives and their businesses. And then it reflects upon my life and my business in the best way possible. So, quite honestly, losing it all in 2019 was actually the best thing that happened to me in my business that could have happened to me.
Yeah, but when you got that call, it didn't feel like that.
Oh no, those first 24 hours were complete hell, if I may say so. I mean, I was devastated.
Yes.
I lost my mind for about 24 hours, but I have to
Yeah.
say, thanks to my husband, my family, and my coach at the time, I came out of it quickly, and I was
Yeah.
able to do what I'm doing now and able to regrow it and rebuild it and make it exactly what I want it to be with all that support. With them around me, I bounced back a lot quicker than I would have if I hadn't had all that support behind me.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because there's so many people that get some type of devastating news and they don't have the support. They don't have a coach. They don't have the family support. And it's hard to bounce back from all of those kind of things, because as an entrepreneur, we put our blood, sweat, and tears. It's like birthing a baby. We put we put
Oh, yeah.
everything that we have into these things. And when they don't turn out, everything appears to be a failure when it really wasn't. You just change clients.
Oh yeah. I
Um,
just changed course, changed
yep.
clients, changed strategies. And and I didn't sit and wallow in it. That was the biggest thing, is I didn't let it consume me and destroy me. I bounced. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, I didn't say that initially, but everyone around me was like, nope, you're not done. Let's take 24 hours to do that wallowing and that crying and screaming and yelling. And then let's pick ourselves up and start again. And that's exactly what I did. And the hardest part of that moment initially, beyond the shock of going, okay, I have no clients, no revenue, now what, was that support system that I had seen what needed to happen that I wasn't seeing. Because when I went downstairs and told my husband, he was the first one I told. When I went downstairs and told him, he said, good, I'm glad. And I was like, excuse me. And he's like, he says, he pointed out how miserable I had been with just that one client, the workload, the weekends, the treatment I was getting from them. He's like, it's good. He goes, yeah, you may have to start over, but you will be in a much better place now than ever. And my coach was the same way. She was like, good. We were wanting that to happen. We just didn't know it was going to happen like that. So, and I'm like, we were. Okay, I'm glad everybody knew that was coming and I didn't, but they stood by me and they said, okay, let's pick this, but what do you want to do? This is your opportunity to start over, and it in a good way. And it really was, between my coach and my husband and my family. It was the best thing that happened. I mean, I got to build a business from all the past experience I had in business and picking all the good stuff and highlighting that and focusing on that and making a business out of all the good things that I knew how to do and all the good things that could make the business a better business. And I do have the best, I call it the best incarnation of my business that I could have ever had.
Awesome. So what advice would you give someone who has, I mean, you did this through the last 2 years, let alone 3, because the last 2 years have been very unusual for all of us. And so you did it through 2 of the worst years that most people have lived through. The most fear, the most loss, the most change. And let's just talk about craziness all across the board.
Yes.
And you did it. And those were 2 of the 3 years that you have rebuilt it. And so giving your experience with the past 20 years and this, what suggestions do you have to people who have felt a lot of loss?
Well, the first thing is don't give up, don't quit. Take time to mourn the loss, to process the loss, but don't get lost in it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're done processing, reflect and learn, because that was the biggest thing. The biggest thing I got out of it is I got to mourn that loss. And then I got to reflect on what was good, what was bad, what I liked, what I didn't like. And so I got to pick and choose how I started over, how I did it again. And then I had my support system. Rely on your support system. Don't forget, there's people that love you and are behind you and cheering you on. Don't lose yourself in just yourself. You've got to keep your support system around you. Ask for help, get help, but keep going too. Don't just get lost in the loss and stop.
Yes.
Because there is hope, there is joy, there is good things on the other side of that loss.
Yes. And it doesn't always feel like that, but
Mm-hmm.
it definitely is the case. And learning to be able to understand that we don't have to let circumstances define us. One of my favorite affirmations that I've used in my own life is my past does not determine my future unless I let it. And so learning how to rise above and to be able to go through adversity. And most of the time we can look back and say, I wouldn't ever want to experience that again, but it was one of the best things that ever happened, that we grow and we learn through that. So any favorite books?
Oh gosh, the list is really long of all the favorite
Yes, mine
books.
too.
When it comes to like nonfiction, self-development, business books, I have to say, my favorites are some of the tried and trues, Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich. Some of those books are some of my favorite books. Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. That's one of my really favorite books when it comes to business and self-development. When it comes to fiction books, I am a tried and true Harry Potter fan. So, if you are one of those people who have not read Harry Potter, I encourage you to read it. Because it's my go-to for that inner child nurturing, for that keeping that positive, fun environment around you. I have this is called the Magical Harry Potter Office because it's decorated in all things Harry Potter. Find your or your fiction, or a story or something that inspires you to be happy and positive, and and know that good comes from the bad, for lack of better words, because the Harry Potter story is even that triumph over good over evil and magic. Magic, it's magical, but it's more about the good versus evil, and that good wins in the end if you keep going and you keep pursuing and you find every piece you need to find to get through that and to get past it and to eliminate it if it's eliminatable.
Awesome. What is some of the worst advice you ever got?
Wow, that's a hard one, because I can't think of, off the top of my head, I can't actually think of really bad advice I've gotten. I've been connected to so many
Amazing people
that, I don't know that I've really gotten it.
Awesome.
And the other thing is, if I did get bad advice, I probably ignored it and didn't do it. And so that's why I don't remember it.
Oh, yes, I can relate to that as well. It is usually a hard one to answer. So, what kind of clients do you serve?
So we now serve high 6 and 7 figure spiritual coaches, consultants, and business owners, as I lovingly call the woo-woo people. I'm of a woo-woo nature myself, and I resonate with and connect with, and those in the woo-woo space, whether they be coaches or consultants or business owners who approach life and business from that woo-woo perspective. I really believe in, the universe and the laws, and, the faith in that kind of a journey being a part of everything, life and business. And we help them with all the marketing, operations, and admin side of things so that they can focus on the growth, the scaling, and creating the lifestyle that they started their business for in the first place, but they're still stuck in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're ready to really make that happen, and they can't do it by themselves or with just a couple of people helping them. They need a full-blown team like ours to come in and just help them with planning and strategy and implementation and all of those things, so that they can flourish in the revenue streams and the services and the products and the lifestyle they want to have along with their business.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That is really great. What advice would you give to someone who's not yet in the 6 and 7 figure?
Well, first of all, they do need to have support and help and mentorship from a coach of some sort, a coach or mentor, or a mastermind group. I definitely have that, and have a circle of people around them who are where they want to be, and be around them and learn from them. That's one thing. The other thing is no matter how small you are right now, as far as like your revenue and your client base and all those things, delegate something, get some help in that respect too. Even if it's 5 hours a month, get help and use those 5 hours to focus on selling and getting clients and producing whatever you need to produce to get revenue in the door. Because those 5 hours, if they're focused on revenue generation, they'll more than pay for that 5-hour support, and you'll be able to increase that support and increase that revenue, and it will just snowball in a good way to where you need a team like us to fill in the rest of it.
That sounds perfect. Thank you, Sophie, for coming and sharing your story of overcoming and resilience and your positive attitude. And just wanted to thank you for being with us today.
It's been my pleasure, and I appreciate the invitation to be on the show. I am so happy to be here and excited to share.
I love Sophie's story of rising above adversity. It may be hers, may be business, but in the last 2 years, we have experienced all kinds of adversities. And one of the main components that helped her through was support. If you are lacking support and would like someone to talk to, you may schedule a complimentary consultation with me to find the resources and the support that will fit your situation to help you be all that you can be, to help you turn the adversity into actually a gift. And that takes process. But I want to thank you for listening. Please subscribe, download, and share. I would love it if you would give a review of this podcast. It will increase our reach to be an encouragement to women around the world. So this is Donna. Until next time, saying live vibrantly and have an amazing day. Bye for now.